Today's a heavy one. Trigger warning for anybody who might have a hard time with this one personally. Child sexual abuse, a thing that stays in the shadows, and it's time that I start talking more about it. I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. My parents had me young. My dad was an alcoholic. He left early, and that's not his fault. He was sick, and my mom was doing the best she could with 2 little kids. She left me with people that she thought she could trust, and they failed her, and they failed me. This one man completely robbed me of my innocence. He stole God out of my heart and used it as a weapon against me. That's where my resentment with God really stems from that experience. But I lost all my power. God was gone. I had no power left, no strength. And my mom pressed me. She asked me about a year into me being abused. She thought there might have been something going on, and she asked me, and I lied. And truthfully, I was scared to death to tell her. I was ashamed. Part of me, if I'm being completely honest, also thought that I was kind of special and had this secret that nobody else knew about. And that kind of gave me some power. A while later, my mom confronted me again, and she had this intuition. I'm so thankful for her. She asked me again, and she pushed harder this time, and I denied it again. And she asked, I'm 7 years old, 8 years old, I think. She asked me again, she says, I think there's something happening with your sister, and I need you to tell me. And instantly I said, yes, there's something happening. I had to protect my sister, and I felt so guilty for so long that I could have maybe prevented what happened to her if I had only gotten honest the first time my mom asked me. And it took me a long time. It took me a lot of work and a lot of time to work through that guilt and shame. And thank God I had somebody to talk to. Thank God I had a mom who loved me through that. God, if I had to sit with that secret, it would have just completely consumed me, and I would have been constantly searching for that power back. And I have to imagine that the person who did that to me, inside of him was this hurt little scared child that must have been so traumatized, because hurt people, and I can't imagine anybody would want to hurt a little child like that. And he must have been sitting with this poison inside of him for so long where he had nowhere else to go with it. I'm not forgiving him for what he did to me, but I can look at the child inside of him. I had to, and forgive that child inside of him for being too scared to tell somebody. I'm not forgiving him. I pardoned him. I freed him from my mind, and it's not saying I forget. He committed a crime. I'm not punishing him anymore in my brain for that. He's going to punish himself. He's created his own hell. And so if you're struggling, if you're out there and you have a secret, if you were a victim, if you're a survivor, if you haven't had the strength to tell anybody, I just want you to know that it wasn't your fault. And if you can't tell anybody, message me. You can tell me. I will not judge you. I will not shame you. I will try and empower you to the best of my ability. And I love you all. To thine own self be true, because it will set you free. I promise this works. Corey Walker here, Grounded Anchor YouTube channel. Just your local fisherman trying to get honest about the size of the fish I caught.